Okay, I finally found out how to put my face on the bottom right corner, so everybody knows it's me. So today I'll be going over how to incorporate the proc for merge sort, so that we can do an ascending order as well as a descending order. So the proc is going to be doing uh, is going to be the one deciding whether it's going to be ascending order or descending order. So here we're going to be using the spaceship operator in proc. But before I do that, obviously the merge sort, it's the idea is that we're going to be splitting the array into half until on the element length is 1, and we'll be using the helper method to sort it and merge it in a way so that the final result will be a nicely sorted array, whether it's going to be a descending order or ascending order. So here I'm going to start with return self. If the self.length is less than or equal to 1. In the next line, I will be making a statement that's going to give a default proc. So if the proc is not given, I'll be doing the pipe is equal to proc.new. And here I'll be giving the default proc, so L1, comma L2, using the spaceship operator. The spaceship operator will be coming up in the helper method when we actually decide whether it's going to be ascending or descending order. So here's the default proc if the method is called without any proc. So the pipe is equal to sign is that it's shorthand, a sugar coded way of saying proc is equal to proc over proc, whatever is following proc, that new. So if proc is nil, I'll be taking over the proc, that new, whatever that came as a default proc. Okay. The same idea for the merge sort. I'll be taking the midpoint. Mid is equal to the self.length divided by 2. And I'll be splitting into a left. Array is equal to self.take of mid, and right is equal to self.take drop, rather, dot mid. And here I'll be using the recursive method and splitting the array. So let's do sorted array, sorted left is equal to left dot advanced merge sort. Here obviously I'm going to have to be passing on, I have to pass on the proc that I declared. Sorted right is equal to right dot advanced proc. Well, here the reason that it's important to pass the proc here is that it's okay when nothing is passed, but then when the proc is passed, so that we're merging in a descending order. If we don't pass it when we do the recursion, it will automatically by default will define it as an ascending order. So you're going to be having a sort of ascending in the left hand side and like descending on the right hand side. And when everything is merged together, like it's not going to work in a way that isn't intended to. So here it's important to pass on the proc. And finally the merge. I'll be using the merge helper method to merge and sort the two arrays that we splitted. Obviously here we're going to also have to pass on the proc, because the merge helper method is where it's going to be merged in a way so that it can be ascending or descending order. So let's go to the merge, left, right, and proc. The same idea, having sorted array, blank declared. So here until Same idea. We're gonna be taking out the first element of left or right depending on what the proc says. So we're gonna be looping it until one of them is empty. So left dot empty or right dot empty. I'm gonna be calling. I'm gonna using the case method here because what proc will pass on to will be either -1, 0, or 1. So it's only going to be three choices, three cases that that the proc will produce. Let me just show you what it means. So case, we're doing proc dot call, and here I will be passing on left dot first, comma right dot first. So when the proc is called, so it's going to be, so it'll return -1. So it'll return -1 if left at first is smaller than right at first. And then here it's gonna turn 0 if left at first is equal to right at first. Should actually put the double equal sign so that it's not being confused as assigning as a variable. So here it's gonna return 1 if the right side, right first, is smaller than the left side. So here we can use you can easily use the when -1. And that is when the left side is going to be smaller than the right side. And I'm going to be shifting and shoveling the left first. Okay, by 0. That means they're equal, so I'm going to be shifting and shoveling to both element left at the first. Oh, you can't say the first because you're going to have to pop it out when you shift it. So I'll do shift, and when +1, sort it right dot shift. Cool. And in the loop, at the end, I'll be adding whatever is left over. It's going to be the same idea as the regular merge sort. Yeah, so in order for anyone to use the advanced merge sort as a descending order, all they have to do is put the proc as so that it is L1, L2, and L2 spaceship operator. L2 spaceship operator. L1, because when we are actually using the proc, when this is passed, when the advanced merge sort is called, this statement, the proc will stay as whatever is being called, and it's going to be passed on to the merge helper method, and this is where it's going to be decided. So the left first will actually go to the second part of the spaceship operator, if that's the case. If this is being implemented, the right first will actually be this operator. So we're actually going to be comparing a different way of sorting it. So let's test this. So I'm going to be going to the try. So let me see. Okay, cool. Let me load merge sort and .rb. Cool. So here I will be declaring having an array. Let's do force flex 3, 5, 7, 1. Cool. Let's just make sure that this one, the regular merge sort, works. So I'm going to be doing merge sort. All right, what is wrong with merge sort? The nil class. Where is this coming from? 952. Oh, okay. So here, actually, I'm going to be I'll have to use the different name. So advanced merge. It's conflicting because I have the merge here and the merge here as well. So I'll be consistent with the the method name that we call. So I'll be loading again. So here let's use the merge sort again. Cool. Now this one is in ascending order. Obviously the simple one we're going to be sorting in ascending order by default. So let's actually try sort without any proc being passed. It should work the same as the regular ascending order. Yep, cool. A is still the original array. We haven't modified or mutated the array, but then it is returning the ascending order. Let's do a descending order. So here, one, it could be X, Y, L1, L2, it doesn't really matter. As long as the second part comes before the first part in the spaceship operator, in the proc that you pass on to. Okay, it's not actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. So let's see what is wrong with this. Okay, so the problem actually was that I was calling the merge, the regular merge method instead of the advanced merge method that we defined over here. So when I do merge, it'll ignore the proc that is being passed and it'll just call this merge method that is the simpler version of it. So obviously it was doing ascending order no matter what we were passing on to. So I'll have to pass on the advanced merge. And now this one should work. Let's do so load merge sort and RB. Okay, let's do I still have A? Yep, I still have A. So let's do A dot advanced merge sort, and let's pass on to the block X and the Y, and then we'll be putting Y spaceship X when I want to do the descending order, and it should work. And subsequently, if I do X and Y, it's going to be ascending order. If I actually don't put anything, we by default put it in the ascending order right here, so it should be working as ascending order.